He pinned me to the wall, pulling me up by my scarf. I knew he was acting off before. I just didn't know it was going to get this bad. I could tell that this was hurting Shuichi more than it was hurting me. His teeth plunged into my neck, and I flinched. It hurt and felt hella uncomfortable. I could only focus on Shuichi and his hot breath on my neck, so it didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. I felt a quiet please leaving my mouth. Please, stop. This isn't you. I didn't want them to leave. I didn't want to hurt him by making him see my fear. I'm not denying that I'm a bit scared, that he bit me just now, but I trust him. I know that my Shuichi won't kill me. I trust him. I did say I was his boyfriend, and I'm not giving up on him. Tears were dripping out of his eyes, although a smirk was still placed on his face. This isn't Shuichi. I could tell before, but this is different. It's like he isn't in control of his body anymore. That does explain the bite and the weird behavior. He must have been trying to fight it for me. He dropped me on the ground, and my hand went to cover my aching neck. I've been through worse pain, but it still hurts. I grabbed the collar of his shirt and looked him in the eyes. I know this isn't you, Shuichi. I love you. Come back to me, I whispered under my breath. His eyes shot open, and more tears poured over, flowing down his cheeks. He flinched and immediately pulled away from me and ran away. Shuichi! I yelled after him, but he was already out the door. No, Shuichi, I want to help you. I already felt tears streaming down my face. I can't believe I did that. He must have seen the fear in my eyes, and that's why he ran away. I know he hates who he is, and I think I just made it so much worse. Some boyfriend I am. I rushed out of the door, hearing Kurumi call my name, but I was too concerned with what was going on with Shuichi to go back. It was still the afternoon, but it became dark fast while I blindly looked for Shuichi. I have no idea where he could have gone. Shu, I want to help you, but you need to stop pushing me away when I can. I felt my phone buzz. It was a message from Nagito asking how my date went. When I saw Kyoko's name, I facepalmed. Why didn't I just call her first? I dialed her number. After trying to call Shuichi at least 20 times or more, no response. She picked up after 3 rings. I immediately started telling her about the situation, not even bothering for the pleasantries. Kyoko, Shuichi just bit me and he ran out the door after acting strange the entire night. I could tell he was off as well when we walked into the cafe, and I should have texted you then. I think I made it worse because I was afraid of how far he was going and how far he could have gone. And I think that's why he ran away. Do you know where he is? I felt myself start to panic. I was standing outside the cafe, walking down the street so I didn't make any others feel like they needed to know everything that happened. Because I knew fucking well that they would just go and gossip to others.
Tell me where you are. Kathy needs to check the wound before we can do anything else. I can explain on the way,
she said before hanging up. I sent her my location, and her and Kathy drove up moments later. Kokichi, I heard the news. Come and sit in the back for a moment. Kathy led me to the back of the car and sat me down in the seat. She hooked me up to some devices and checked and cleaned my wound. So what exactly? I started, only for Kyoko to cut me off.
Kathy had warned me about this. Shuichi is going to have some impulses around you, meaning he will want to drink your blood. The formula was supposed to suppress these urges, but Kathy warned me that it may not work after a period of time.
She sighed and pulled out a choker from a compartment in the car.
What did he say before he bit you? Or did he say anything at all?
She asked, putting a finger to her lips. He said he was scared that the formula wouldn't work, so he must have known or had already been feeling the impulses. I looked down at my hands, feeling my eyes water again.
It's alright. Shuichi's always been very closed off, so it would have been harder to find out.
Kyoko said, giving me a small smile. I hated feeling like this, like I wasn't doing enough for him, for Shuichi. I just feel bad. I should have known. He was acting off this morning. Don't worry about it. You're doing the best you can do for him, and I can tell you're both helping each other with all of this. Kathy gave me a hug before leading me back out of the car. Your wound is fine. Just go find Shuichi, she said before driving away, leaving me alone on the sidewalk. It has already gotten dark. I should go and find him. I tried calling him again, at least another 20 times before I gave up. He wasn't picking up because of how I treated him earlier. God, I wish I knew where he was. I kept walking with heavy steps. I looked up and saw that I was in a park by the school. How the hell did I walk all the way here? I was standing in the middle of a park when he called. Shuichi, is that you? I yelled, clutching to my phone like a lifeline. He called me. Is he doing all right? Where has he been all this time?
Yeah, sorry for making you worry.
I cut him off with my sobs.
Kokichi, are you alright? I'm sorry for making you scared. Where are you?
He exclaimed. I'm alright. I'm just glad you're safe, Shu. And I'm just walking around looking for you, dummy. I said with a few hiccups here and there.
I can come to you. Where are you?
He asked. I felt my heart beat faster in my chest. God, this boy. I have to see him. I need to apologize for the way I acted. I'm just in the park near the school. What about you? I asked, but he didn't answer. I felt my anxiety spike before I saw him standing in the park close to me. How far away was he? Shu? I questioned as I saw him standing in the park.
Kichi,
he said quickly, rushing over to me before pulling me into a tight hug.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You must have been so scared. Does it hurt?
He gently brushed his fingers over the bandages on my neck. It doesn't hurt, Shu, but you don't have to feel sorry. Kyoko told me what is going on, I said, looking up at him and wiping the tears off my cheeks.
She told you about what this is?
He asked, sounding unsure. Yeah, silly. When Kathy was checking my wound, she told me about your urges. I poked his cheek and smiled. He looked absolutely shocked. Did he really not know what this all was? So, Shu, you didn't know what happened earlier? I asked, holding his cheek in my hand, caressing his soft skin to calm him down. He seemed on edge.
No, I really didn't mean to hurt you. I couldn't even control myself.
He was crying. Shu, it's not your fault. You're way too hard on yourself. I love you. I whispered, wrapping my arms around him and nuzzling my head into his chest. His arms tightly wrapped around me.
I'm sorry.
He trembled and cried onto my shoulder as I rubbed his back. It's going to be okay, because we have each other.